Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I thank the Honourable Leader of the Opposition for his contribution in opposition to the address given by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. The Honourable Speaker, sir, Honourable Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, Isambul Winak, I congratulate the Chiefs of Lao on the successful installation of their chief, and Turambale na Tuneau, Pilau, Saudi Vanua, Palau, Ratu Tevita Ulula Kambamara. His Excellency the President and the government have also been honored to have hosted the state visit of Their Majesties, the Tuitonga, King George Paul VI, and Queen Nanis Pau. And I thank all government and Vanua agencies for the proper protocol accorded to them. We are also honored to receive the Queen, the Maori Queen, Te Arikinui Queen Ngā Waihono i Tepo, who was also invited to attend the installation of the Manturumbalan Tuinau. The government is also pleased to have witnessed the successful and unobstructed installation of the Manturumbalan Univalu, Vikamba, and also congratulate the chiefs and the people of Mbao and Kumbuna for the solemn occasion. We wish Manturumbalan Univalu, Vikamba, a speedy and full recovery from its current ailment. The national situation, Mr. Speaker, sir. Fiji is at war. I rise today to not merely contribute to the budget debate, but to declare war on Fiji's number one enemy. My contribution is presented in the form of a set of operational orders to an orders group comprising this Parliament, the permanent secretaries, arms of public service, and our people. This is a call to war against the persistent factors that have plagued our country for too long. I refer to the clutches of stagnation, poor work ethics, lethargy, underemployment, and underutilized potential. The budget address by the Honourable Minister of Finance supports the 2025-26 phase of our mission given to us by our National Development Plan 2025-2029, entitled Vision 2050, empowering the people of Fiji through unity to reclaim our beloved Fiji. This is our mission. The enemy wears many uniforms: low GDP, a lack of industry and innovation, an underprepared workforce, declining morale, and unequal opportunity. These are features of our enemy, which is poverty. We inherited an economy marked by debt distress, weakened institutions, and disempowered public service, further undermined by a pervasive lack of professional integrity and unethical practices in the civil service, characterized by inefficiency and a culture of extravagance, resistance to accountability and reform. The cost of poor leadership, politicized procurement, and over-centralization of power has not only deepened inequality, it has robbed our people of creativity and trust. The enemy, which is poverty, is not abstract. It threatens livelihood, dignity, and sovereignty. Metaphorically, it is the mission of the coalition government, led by me as your Prime Minister, to reduce poverty, lift our economic growth, inject industry, entrepreneurship, and innovation, boost workforce morale, and improve opportunities to all our citizens, particularly those segments of our society deserving evidence-based development imperative interventions. As your Prime Minister, sir, I say to the enemy, your days are numbered. The economic ground is undulating. Opportunities are unequal. The system's cumbersome. New legislations are needed, while some need to be either validated or repealed, and that starts from the parent law. Indigenous Fijians, the Toke, have been labeled as resources rich but poor. We, the indigenous people, must refuse to accept that label. The indigenous people of Fiji receive 100 million annually from TLTB leases and royalties, $1.07 billion from remittances, which is 80% of the total remittances of $1.34 billion received. An estimated $350 million from wages and salaries. The Tauke per capita resources and land use income survey results given to me by TLTB on the 9th of this month puts the figure at $6,368.10, including remittances received, or $4,562.23, excluding remittances, and $4,394.79 when core income streams only are considered. All across the scenarios, Mr. Speaker, sir, the estimated GDP per capita of the Tauke population exceeds the national poverty threshold of $2,190 per annum, which is approximately $6 per day. We utilize these incomes in the following general ways: $1.22 billion, or 80%, in supermarkets, in rents, utilities, and transport; $228 million, or 15%, on building, renovations, or purchasing our own homes, but only $72 million, or 5%, on savings and investments. These figures and trends reflect not only the resilience of these income sources, but also the increased purchasing power of the Tauke in Fiji's economy. They affirm that the Tauke GDP per capita is on good standing. However, to sustain and enhance this progress, and progress it must, it is imperative that strategic policies and new initiatives are implemented to further empower the Tauke economically. Focused efforts in financial literacy, investment opportunities, and inclusive economic development will be central to unlocking long-term financial freedom and national prosperity, unity, and stability as the rock base of our national call for the Pacific to be an ocean of peace. I acknowledge Mr. Solomon Nata, CEO of the Tauke Land Trust Board, and the Fiji Indigenous Business Council leadership for providing me with much of what I am opening with today. To conquer poverty, we can and we must be strategic in the way we use our resources. The long-term prosperity, unity, and stability must not be sacrificed for the short-term gain, as the Honorable Leader of the Opposition has mentioned. At the very outset, I acknowledge with profound gratitude the reinforcement of our development partners, whose support is indispensable to the work we do and the path we are now taking. I acknowledge the presence of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, who is here with us this morning in the gallery. It would also be remiss of me, of us all, to fail to recognize and acknowledge the great contributions of our great seafaring forefathers who settled these islands, the European navigators, explorers, and discoverers who found these islands and put them on the world map, the early Polynesian, Micronesian, European, and Asian Chinese free traders who came and traded, bartered, and settled in some areas of these islands. We thank the British government of the time and their monarchs for agreeing to accept the cession of these islands and at the hands of Ebenezer Serizakbau and other ruling and reigning chiefs of the time the cession of these islands and their joint sovereignty to Her Majesty, Queen Victoria of England, United Kingdom, and her other realms on the 10th of October 1874. We acknowledge the great contribution of the colonial administrators who came to administer the new colonial government and train our chiefs and people to succeed them. The workers who came from India between 1879 and 1916 and the unmatched contributions they, with blood, toil, and tears, made to the establishment of the colonial colony. We acknowledge them. We acknowledge the sacrifice made by the British, American, Australian, and New Zealand forces who fought alongside with our own Fiji military forces in the two world wars to ensure that Fiji was never conquered. The President of the United States sent Senator Jesse Jackson to represent him at Fiji's 1970 independence celebration. And while watching the parade and all the cultural displays on that day, remarked, "You Fijians walk so tall and proud. You have never been subjected to slavery." End of quote. Mr. Speaker, sir, our mission is clear. Destroy poverty, replace it with prosperity. Fortify Fiji with strong, educated, and ethical citizens. Streamline systems of delivery. Rebuild our nation to withstand any future shocks, be it economic, environmental, or geopolitical. Execution. The opposition and honorable members will understand the sequence. General outline. The government battle group will launch multi-pronged, coordinated, and simultaneous sectoral assault through combined ministries and sector operations, working in unison under the National Development Plan to eliminate poverty. New fronts will be opened through infrastructure, roads, ports, bridges, services, and markets. The budget gives us the firepower. Thank you, DPM. Our government provides the leadership and drives the delivery, and the people of this nation have given us the mandate. Grouping and tasks. Allocation of tasks and resources, Mr. Speaker, sir, are critical to the mission accomplishment. But the government had to first chart its path to navigate with purpose, guided by the realities facing our people, their aspirations, and the obstacles we must overcome. We are moving strategically and with intention and with conviction. Foreign affairs. Mr. Speaker, sir, I welcome the allocation of $51 million to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that signals our intent for strategic investment in making Fiji's voice stronger, our reach broader, and our partnership deeper in bilateral and multilateral fora. Our foreign service is no longer just a symbol. It is a driver of opportunities. I must see our diplomats bringing back the return on investment that will benefit our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is not diplomacy for show. This is diplomacy for the people. And I give marching orders to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to step out of the box, open doors, and promote our interests, and to restore that whatever regional or global decisions are made, Fiji has a seat at the table and a voice that cannot be ignored. The civil service. Mr. Speaker, sir, I welcome the funding under the Ministry of Civil Service, the engine room of government service delivery, the front line of public trust. With an allocation of $62.02 million, we're no longer making minor adjustments or cosmetic reforms. We are launching a full-scale transformation of how the civil service operates to raise professional standards, restore morale, work ethics, and enforce accountability. Let me be very clear, Mr. Speaker, sir, as Prime Minister and Minister of the Civil Service, I will emphasize that every public servant must serve with honor, diligence, and discipline. The people of Fiji deserve a civil service that works and works well. From August the 1st, Mr. Speaker, sir, all civil servants will receive a 3% pay rise, injecting over $30 million into households across the country to offset the rising cost of living and provide a benchmark to a new minimum wage rate. Mr. Speaker, sir, for permanent secretary positions, the Public Service Commission is also strengthening its relations of the retention of competent, hardworking PSs with the recommendation of the PSC that we have agreed that all PSs be placed on an initial 4-year contract subject to extension or on renewal based on good performance and the achievement of their KPIs. The Speaker, sir, the mission is clear. A modern, capable, responsive and resilient civil service that serves all Fijians fairly, efficiently, and with pride for the long term. With every reward must come added responsibility. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Public Enterprises has been provided a budget of $10.33 million. This ministry holds the line on transparency, accountability, and value for money. And let me be clear, the days of underperforming state-owned enterprises are over. From this day forward, we'll take on board what the Honorable Leader of the Opposition has stated. From this day forward, every state-owned enterprise must deliver. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, every SOE will be held to strict KPIs for both service delivery and financial return. No exceptions. Where strategic partnerships make sense, we will pursue public-private partnerships, but never at the expense of Fiji's national interest or sovereignty. Any divestment of government shares in key public enterprises will be strategically managed with the objective of strengthening societal gains and benefits to the people of Fiji. It's not about managing decline, it is about engineering a revival. Public enterprises need to operate commercially, generate profit, and channeling earnings back into sectors that matter most: health, education, infrastructure, and social protection. While profit making is important, enhancing societal welfare and gains are equally crucial for our long-term nation building and sustainable development. The mission is clear, Mr. Speaker, sir. Public enterprises must serve the public good, perform commercially, and drive the next chapter of Fiji's economic transformation. Ministry of Information, Mr. Speaker, sir, no nation can win a war in darkness, and Fiji is no exception. Our fight against poverty, misinformation, and disengagement demands that every Fijian be fully informed. This year, the Ministry of Information takes on a revitalized strategic role as a frontline communicator of government action and public accountability with a budget of $11 million. We are modernizing how government speaks to its people, not just announce, but to connect, engage, and empower. I issue this directive to the ministry and all its partners. Misinformation must be countered. Facts must prevail, and the public must never be left in the dark again. Speaker, sir, we're not only looking forward, we're also safeguarding the past. With $1.38 million in funding, the National Archives of Fiji is undergoing long overdue digitization, infrastructure upgrades, and workforce development to preserve the memory of our people and protect our national identity. These are duties of a confident and sovereign state to better inform our citizens, proud of their history and confident in their future, as the foundation of national resilience. Office of the Prime Minister, sorry I've run out of time, but may I table the balance of my address for the benefit of the honorable member. Thank you very much.